one of the best kept secrets on this team in those media availabilities is rookie Grey Zabel. He held court today and had some great answers to some interesting questions. Here he is.
I think just the chip on the shoulder mentality is huge, and I think it's so cool to be so well represented by FCS schools in this Super Bowl as guys on both teams are, Big Coop, it's a prime example. But I think it's cool because at the end of the day, if you're good enough, they're going to find you. And just continuing to work hard and develop is most important in this game of football. And it's one of those days I'm so grateful for my background at North Dakota State and what it's taught me and how it's gotten me here. And we're excited to continue to use that mentality moving forward in the NFL.
Gray, speaking of that with Jalen Sindel, you've talked before about how you pitched yourself and gone out on the field for regular season. Have you mentioned where you've gotten to this point, roommates?
The only thing I said is who would have thought a few years ago at North Dakota State, who would have thought that we'd be here about to play for a Super Bowl. What an unreal experience, and the world truly comes full circle that this is happening, and I'm super excited, and it's going to be one of those deals. It might be a little bit longer hug in the tunnel before we run out onto the field, knowing what this game means and how special of a moment it's going to be.
How many Super Bowls have you watched?
I want to say 3 for sure, as we lived together for like 3 or 4 years, so 3 for sure.
You guys obviously had NFL.
We ordered food in for sure.
You guys are good enough players that you had NFL aspirations, but does this exceed anything you could have possibly dreamed of, that you're, like you said, going to be going out that tunnel together for a Super Bowl?
Yeah, I think as a little kid, you always have the dream of playing in a Super Bowl. Or you watch the Super Bowls growing up, and you always have the dream of playing in one. But then when it really comes to fruition and you're able to say that you're going out there to play for a Super Bowl, you got to pinch yourself because it's one of those deals. It's a super cool experience, but all in all, it's another football game, and I think understanding that's going to be really important, and understanding to not get too high or not to get too low, and just kind of stay in the middle and be loose and focused for this football game.
Greg, given your high school and college background, is there a guy that comes to mind when you ask you someone who you thought was going to make the league that didn't or hasn't yet that really needs a shout out?
Yeah, the first person I would think of would be Lincoln Keenholz. He's still in college right now. He's at Louisville QB, but he's a guy that I played with when I was a senior. He was a freshman. Consider him like my little brother, but he was bar down the most talented, athletic human being I've ever seen in my entire life. So I'm excited for his future and what he's going to do at Louisville this coming fall, and excited to watch him kind of get his opportunity to show what he's made of.
Was there a moment or play from high school that stuck in from him? Like you said, it was a short period of time.
Yeah, probably when he was like dunking in practice, like all this, like I'm having to build up like 10, 15 feet before I go and try and dunk it and like barely get it over the rim, and he's just going and like damn near windmilling it, and I'm just like, all right, dude, you can't jump like that as a 14-year-old kid. Like, that's not fair at all.
Last one. Which one of your teammates here should I talk to next, and what should I ask them?
I'm trying to see who's all here. Go ask AJ Barner, like, what's his mentality going to be like on Sunday? And if we're just going to grind meat and carry water. Like, that'd be a great question for AJ, as we always talk about that before every single drive. So we have a lot of fun playing together, and we're just a bunch of meatheads out there on the football field.
What is grind meat, carry water, the type of?
Just the mentality you got to have while playing this game of football. And I don't know how it started. It was probably some silly thing we started in training camp, but it's kind of a saying we say out in the huddle, and it's kind of caught fire, and now we jokingly say it all the time to each other.
How do you see Milton Williams and the challenge that he possesses going up against him?
Yeah, he's an unbelievable football player. He's a just true competitor. I mean, I have my work cut out for me, as he's an elite level player. So I think there's things that we're going to have to hang our hat on and understand this is what we're going to have to do to stop him, and I'm looking forward to that.
Gray, you talked about the defensive linemen on the Seahawks roster that have helped you since training camp. That 3 10-year veterans in Jared Reed, D-Law, and Leo. Like, what have those guys meant to the team, just overall, their leadership, their play?
You can't replicate what they've done for this organization, for this team, the culture, the connectivity, the leadership that they bring to the table. It's one of one. I still remember in training camp where D-Law bumped inside to a 3-tech, and I tried this pass play. I tried throwing my hands and just grabbed my wrist out of midair, and I was like, all right, this is going to be a long day if he stays here. But stuff like that, and then him after practice working with me, telling me what he's looking for, what he understands of my game and stuff like that. And Leo and Jay Reed and Murph have done that for me. And I think the coolest thing of this all is, like, they didn't owe me anything when I first showed up. And they've been so giving, and the knowledge that they've gave me and helped me understand about this game of football has been remarkable, and I'll never be able to repay those guys. But that just goes to show you what type of people they are, what type of human beings and leaders that they are, that they take a guy like me who's so green to the NFL kind of under their wing and show me the ropes.
And for all 3 of those guys, this is their first Super Bowl. Just to know that they're going to go on this journey for the first time in decade-long careers, what's that mean?
Nobody more deserving. I thought it was a cool thing. After the NFC Championship, somebody came up to me and asked, like, how rewarding or how deserving do you feel to be going to the Super Bowl? And the first thing that hit my mind was, like, I don't deserve this. This is not about me. This is about guys like Leonard Williams, Jay Reed, D-Law, Sam, those guys that have been in the NFL and that have poured into me and been the best teammates possibly could be. It's for these guys. And I'm just glad to be a part of it and glad to be here to do my part to get them there, because they're the most deserving guys on our team to be able to go to a Super Bowl. And I'm excited to see them in the moment and see them kind of take in this opportunity this Sunday.
So you go back to that chunk of sound there with Gray, and I mean, he clearly had the sound bite of the day. He was talking about A.J. Barner and grinding meat and carrying the water. I mean, it was just interesting to hear from him. Interesting to hear how grateful he is to the veterans on this team. So we talk about Grey Zabel's athletic ability all season long and how he went from rookie to vet by the end of the season. Just a tremendous offensive lineman with a lot of work still to do, which he'll admit. But he doesn't get to that point without the defensive lineman helping him. So as tremendous a talent as he is, he needed the help from the other guys, and it's so awesome these Seahawk veterans give back, because they know that's the future of this team and the franchise is these young guys. So great to hear some of those stories, and it's been fun watching him grow from that rookie game to where he is right now at the Super Bowl. So.